Good morning from the National Weather Service here in Pocatello. My name is Carter, and this is your Southeast Idaho weather hazard briefing for Thursday, July 31st. Key points we're going to focus on today: got those daily thunderstorm chances continuing into the weekend, peaking in coverage each afternoon and evening, with stronger storms possible today, capable of producing gusts in excess of 50 miles an hour, small hail, and heavy rain. Critical fire weather conditions will exist today due to a combination of thunderstorms, breezy winds, and very low relative humidity, in addition to some possible burn scar flooding associated with heavy rain up in the central mountains. Near normal to above normal temperatures will continue, highs in the 80s and 90s for most, but a cooling trend starting tomorrow through the weekend helps knock those back down to the 70s and 80s by early next week. And taking a quick look at satellite imagery for you this morning, mostly clear skies out there to start the day. Upper level trough continuing to lift northeast out of California and northwest Nevada. That'll be the main activity driver for later today, helping to kick off that round of shower and thunderstorm activity. And to look at the bigger picture for you guys, so plenty of water vapor coming in here over the next couple of days. That'll help keep those isolated to scattered shower and thunderstorm chances going. But as you can see behind that trough, a good deal of dry air to the south. That'll be what's going to be building in later this weekend into next week, helping to dry us out during that time frame. And a look at your weather risk outlook for the next 5 days. Main concerns today will center around a mix of isolated to scattered showers and thunderstorms, some of which could be strong, in addition to breezy winds and low relative humidity. For Friday and Saturday, we'll keep those isolated to scattered coverage going, turning more isolated across the board and shifting into the mountains for Sunday and Monday. And to look at watches, warnings, and advisories in effect for today. So red flag warnings in effect up into the central mountains, south hills, into the western Magic Valley, out towards Boise, in addition to having a flood watch in effect up in Lemhi County. High temperatures and minimum RH out there today. It'll be another hot and dry day outside of those showers and storms. Highs still in those 80s and 90s. Relative humidity a bit higher than yesterday, but still mostly those single digits, teens, a bit more 20s today, given the increased moisture. And wind gusts and thunderstorm chances for today. We're looking at gusts up to about 30 miles an hour later today, especially further east. But best chances for thunderstorms will be in the central mountains, Montana, Wyoming border region, and then down into the south hills, Magic Valley area. And if you don't see yourself highlighted there in the thunderstorm chances, maybe seeing some thunderstorm outflow boundaries. So you might not get the thunder, but the strong winds may continue even after the thunderstorm has dissipated. And thunderstorm outlook from today from the Storm Prediction Center, again highlighting much of our area in that general thunder risk, marginal and slight risk for severe weather further to our north and east today. But wanted to highlight again the potential there for stronger, potentially severe thunderstorms up into this main corridor from the central mountains south into the Magic Valley, down into the south hills. It's where we're expecting strongest thunderstorms for today. As you can see further east here on the HREF, probability of thunder not as high of chances, but this main corridor, including Pocatello west up into the central mountains, Magic Valley, South Hills. Be keeping an eye on this corridor today for strongest thunderstorm development. And from the Weather Prediction Center, we do have a marginal risk for excessive rainfall, so mostly focused on the potential for flash flooding on some of our regional burn scars up into Custer and Lemhi counties. And breaking down the timing for you today, we'll start off the morning dry, courtesy of those clear skies out there. Convective initiation will be between about 1 and 3 o'clock. As you can see, two main corridors we're keeping a close eye on: Central Mountains, Montana Divide, and another one south of Twin Falls and Burley. Those will continue to produce some potentially strong wind gusts in excess of 50 miles an hour, small hail, heavy rain, and frequent lightning in those corridors. But as you can see, really focusing up there in the central mountains, South Hills, Albion Mountains, up towards Pocatello. That'll continue as we head into later today. Thunderstorm chances do continue fairly strong as you head further north and west. But by this evening, getting into around midnight, most activity should have subsided. Not expecting much during the overnight hours. And for Friday, we'll cool things off a few degrees with that trough continuing to work through the Intermountain West. Highs in the 70s and 80s across the board, struggling to hit 90 on Friday. And thunderstorm chances on Friday, another round of breezy winds, gusts up to about 30, 35 miles an hour, and some isolated to scattered showers and storms. Best chances staying further north. And for Saturday, near repeat of temperatures with highs again in those 70s and 80s. 90s a bit further west, but still comfortable mornings out there in those 30s, 40s, and 50s. And for Saturday, at least isolated to maybe some scattered coverage up further north. The winds drop off just a hair for Saturday, gusts up to about 25. And for Sunday, continuing to keep those temperatures fairly steady through the weekend, cooling off a little bit more as we head into the work week. But 80s, maybe some low 90s out there to round out the weekend. And thunderstorm chances, you guessed it, will keep those shifting actually into the mountains for Sunday and Monday, mostly further north, but can't rule out some isolated activity further south. And for Monday, you got some cooler air building in to start the work week, 70s and 80s across the board, well below normal in some of our areas. And for Monday, we'll keep at least a mention of some isolated shower and thunderstorm coverage around, a bit higher as you get in the central mountains, but this will be keeping our thunderstorm trend going for over a week now. So we're heading into week 2 of daily shower and thunderstorm chances. And for Tuesday and Wednesday temperatures, we'll see pretty similar conditions there on Monday for temperature-wise, still in those 70s and 80s, but warming up and drying out for Wednesday, 80s and 90s back for midweek. And a look at what's to come, we'll keep temperatures in that near normal to slightly below normal range in that 6 to 10 day period across the northern Rockies. But you can see that drying trend. We're seeing increased confidence that we should get some increasing high pressure for the middle and later parts of next week. What that means for us is a bit warmer temperatures as conditions trend drier than they have been. 8 to 14 helps reintroduce above normal temperatures back to much of the gem state, a little bit more near normal up towards the Canadian border. And with respect to precipitation, it does look like things might be drying out a bit more as we head into mid-August, below normal favored precipitation during that time frame. And that's about all I have for you this morning. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please feel free to send us an email, give us a call, or check out some information on our website. Have an awesome Thursday.